Well, for some reaction to the UK's new government, we're now joined from Glasgow by Colin Buchanan. He's an anti-war activist and blogger. Mr. Buchanan, thanks so much for joining us here on RT.
That's my pleasure.
Now,
good evening.
As an anti-war activist, what are your thoughts on the UK's future involvement in Afghanistan and Iraq, now that we have a new government in Britain?
Well, the buzzword at the moment is the national interest. Everything is being sacrificed for the national interest, and I think it's fair to, it's quite predictable that the national interest that they're referring to does not include withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan. It doesn't include an abandonment of a basically militaristic foreign policy. It doesn't include the ending of our obsessional targeting of Iran. It doesn't include the targeting of the euro by hedge funds and financiers operating out of Wall Street and the City of London.
So in a way, what you're saying is we're not really seeing any change from what you saw before.
Well, exactly. I mean, the thing is that we could have virtually had a coalition of... why didn't they all join the coalition? The Libs and the Liberal Democrats and the Tories are about as different as you get. The Labour Party could have gone in there as well. On all essential issues, as I see it, I see Britain's foreign policy, Britain's status and role in the world as being absolutely a fundamental issue. And we're still tied into basically an Atlanticist programme of imposing our will globally, of making enemies, of interfering in other countries.
So do you think that policy will continue then, that what you're describing then, that foreign policy will continue with William Hague now as the new Foreign Secretary?
Well, I'm fairly convinced it will, yes. Even the Lib Dems, who you could regard as the best hope, were, for example, take the question of NATO. NATO is should be a defunct organisation. NATO is a relic from the Cold War, and yet even the Lib Dems themselves, plead devotion to this organisation. I don't. All this stuff about change, unfortunately, doesn't refer to any of the fundamentals, which, in terms of Britain's there's this kind of neo-imperialist foreign policy, and our reliance completely on a sort of financier wheeling and dealing economy. What we need to do is start rebuilding the British economy, building a real economy with real infrastructure.
All right, just quickly then.
But,
just quickly.
One of the points...
I just need to interrupt you quickly, talking about the economy, and particularly from your point of view as an anti-war activist. A lot of money being spent on Britain's Trident nuclear deterrent system, for example. A big division of policy between the two parties, but now they've formed a coalition. They've now agreed on that. Do you think that we'll see more and more money being spent on that, or it will be open to scrutiny as the party has now expressed, as the coalition has now agreed, that there'll be more scrutiny on this?
I really couldn't answer that. I just think the general trend is still towards militarism. I just don't see anything. Regrettably, we don't seem to have a real opposition in this country, either to the City of London. Virtually all the parties have gone along with the bailouts. This idea that somehow we have to bail out the banks has become, this has become regarded as popular wisdom. And where is the opposition to what's going on in Afghanistan? There's this foolish idea that we can win a war in Afghanistan. Obviously, we're not going to win a war in Afghanistan, but this is merely a
Colin Buchanan,
disaster.
Let's leave it there at the moment. We're going to lose our link shortly to you live there in Glasgow, so we'll have to wrap it up there for the moment. But in the meantime, thanks so much for sharing your views. Colin Buchanan there in Glasgow.
Okay, that's my pleasure.
Thank you.